first two lines are in the 20s, with the exception of Nash. But
and he's having
fantastic.
And he's having a phenomenal start to the season, especially compared to last year.
Being a Ranger fan, we always see him have a phenomenal start to the season and then peter off in the playoffs. But,
well, that's the thing, It's like the baseball player who bats .310 or .320, and the team gets into the playoffs and he bats .156.
Right.
I mean, and then you got to hope that he stays healthy.
Yeah, they'll keep going. Okay, now let's get on to the one thing that has been dividing this nation for the last 4 months. Dak Prescott or Tony Romo.
Well,
as you can tell, I'm a Cowboy fan.
I could see that. Well, isn't Romo's
kidding with that? That was a joke. Okay, let's get on to...
No, but really, isn't Romo still recuperating?
He's actually practiced this week. He may even be in uniform this week, they said.
All right. Listen, the guy, I mean, his replacement is not playing bad football.
Stick with Dak till they lose. Then we move on to Romo if he loses the game.
Well, you know what really upset me? The beginning of the year when Brady was suspended for the first 4 games, and you're hoping that New England falls on their face, and they go 3-1.
Right. That team has nothing to do with Brady. It has everything to do with the coach. As much as everybody might hate that guy, Belichick.
Oh, I like him.
Amazing.
I liked him when he was with the Giants, but let me tell you, he's a sneaky son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, but his teams win.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, well, I guess when he does it for your team, it's okay. When he does it for some other team, it's not so good,
Well, that's all the sports.
Very true. Very true.
Okay, Lisa's yelling at me.
Politics. That's what she's yelling, right?
Right. Get with the politics already.
Now, Felix, are you for Trump? Were you happy?
Yeah, I was happy. I had no problem with it. I hate Hillary.
Okay. Mark, were you happy?
Not at all. Not at all. I am.
No, I'm
a lefty.
Yeah, I would have preferred Bernie to Hillary.
I was a Bernie supporter.
I wanted to know where I stood when this started.
It's all right. I was a Bernie supporter. But when
that's where you guys messed up right there.
Well, that's what my neighbor across the street said. He blames Bernie Sanders for a lot of things. Okay? Now...
No. I think you guys messed up by not having him as your nominee.
Well, a lot of Republicans said that. They said that... Trump would have had a more difficult... This is before the election.
At least Bernie was trustworthy.
Because the bottom line was Bernie, had nothing that they could pin on him, Of course, that's also because he hardly got anything... He never sponsored a bill, really. He got 2 bills passed in 20-some-odd years. That's about it.
Well, that's good for Democrat. That means he won't do anything, like they always don't do anything.
Well...
So, and
wow, it got vicious quick.
And what are you now? Were you pro-Trump?
Me? I'm a registered Republican.
Okay.
But I honestly was afraid to push the button for Trump. But I did. Because I didn't want Hillary.
No, Hillary.
Well,
I didn't want 4 more years of what we just had for the last 8 years.
Hillary
do nothing.
Well, what really, see, that's the thing. They said there were a lot of people who told friends and family one thing, or if they were interviewed, or if they were taken for a survey, they told the people one thing, but when they went into that booth and they had to darken in a space, they went the opposite way.
Yeah, because people got so much pressure when they said they want to vote for Trump. People made fun of them.
No, the only thing that they ask is, why would you vote for him? Okay? And that was really it. Because listen, the one great thing about I posted a couple of things on Facebook this week. When we're done,
you and maybe a couple of other people.
Well, I mean,
I
posted a couple of.
Facebook's been lighting up.
Well, I posted a couple of things, and I said, like I said before, what makes America great is the fact that you have this passage of power from one administration to another. There's not a coup. There's not a war. Nobody gets killed. I said, look, basically, as a Democrat, we survived 8 years of Bush, and Republicans will say, well, we survived 8 years of Obama, all right? And you could only hope that whatever is coming in will do the right thing by the people, okay? That has yet to be seen. I mean, Trump was very vociferous about a lot of things. I feel the people on
the first are going to come to fruition. He's not building a wall. That's never going to happen.
No,
he stirred that up and got the Southern vote from that.
And
it's never going to happen.
And he's not. It's already been said that he wants to keep a few parts of Obamacare, which we kind of figured anyway. And
now he's talking about amendments to it.
Well, even Hillary said. Well, forget about Hillary. Even Bill Clinton said it's got to be. You got to take it and you have to amend it in some way.
No, he said it was the stupidest thing he's ever seen. Is what he said.
It would work if it was amended. See, the problem is, as long as you have
during the race, he said a lot of things during the race that aren't going to come to fruition.
Well,
we hope.
But you know something,
Oh, you hope. But a lot of things. There's not going to be a wall. We pretty much all knew that. All the sensible people in them.
Well, wait a second. Listen, there was already a proposal for the wall passed. To build a wall, it's a combination fence wall.
Happen. That is never going to happen. That's 1940s Germany. It's not going to happen.
Okay, we've got who's there? Ed.
Yeah, man.
How are you, Ed?
Cutting me off.
Okay, we got a new caller on. Ed.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, so. Ed, you there?
I didn't hear him.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're breaking up, my friend.
I'm here.
Yeah, he is breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
No, you're breaking
up. So,
Mark,
what I wanted to ask you about was, do you think that all the polls were misleading towards Hillary?
Well, the polls were misleading.
She didn't go to Wisconsin.
Well,
I said to Wisconsin at all.
I said that
she lost Wisconsin.
Well, I said that before we started. Ed, you may have to call back because you were breaking up before. I just want to make sure you hear me. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me
now we hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just answer Scott's question. You're right. I said that before you called up before. I said to Felix, I said, look, she didn't make one trip to Wisconsin, didn't go to Milwaukee, which is a heavily Democratic city, didn't go very much to Michigan, lost that, okay, barely won some of
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Hey, go to Pennsylvania.
Everybody went to Pennsylvania.
She went to Pennsylvania at the end. But one thing I'll say about Trump. Trump said, I don't need these Hollywood people to show up for me. I mean, Jay-Z and Beyonce, and Bruce Springsteen. Out of all of them, Springsteen's the only one that I really like. But I mean, and she had the Hollywood people, Barbara Streisand, I mean.
They weren't coming. They weren't showing up for him anyway.
Oh, for Trump, you mean? Nah.
Yes, that all.
Clint Eastwood, maybe. That's about it.
Well, Clint Eastwood could only
One
talk.
out of the entire
He could only talk to an empty chair
just-
once, you know.
state of California.
Yeah.
Well, Ed, what's going
The
down?
polls closed in California at 9:02, as far as the election was concerned.
Yeah, well, they had already said, you know.
He hung up.
As soon as they closed, they called all three of the states, you know, Oregon, Washington, and
Yeah.
California for Hillary, which is no surprise.
In Nevada.
Now,
Okay.
Nevada went down to the wire.
All right, I'm going to Ed just call
Actually,
back. Let's
no,
see if we hear him
Nevada.
better.
It's Nevada.
No, Nevada was done. 9:03. Nevada was done.
Ed, you back on?
Yeah, and Arizona went just yesterday.
Yeah.
Arizona
Yeah.
was so close, but it just went yesterday for Trump. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like-
Yesterday.
and she campaigned there. Yeah, just yesterday they declared it because it was so close.
And why do we not find that hilarious that it just went yesterday?
I don't even know why
Yeah,
they bother.
I mean-
You know, as soon as he had 270 electoral votes, as far as I'm concerned, what's the big deal whether he wins with 271 or 350? The bottom line is he's a president, okay? And no ifs, ands, or buts. So why waste time counting delegates,
Hey, yeah,
counting ballots?
Hey, Ed, what was your
I have a
opinion?
question for everybody here. I don't know what political party everyone's with or whatever, but
Well, we've got.
Well, Ed, you have to know.
The
I mean,
protest.
Ed can speak for himself, but Ed's a states' rights person, more of a libertarian. Okay, but Ed,
Right.
you could
I don't-
speak for
I
yourself.
don't
You know.
really care what anybody else is. I want to know the protest. What are they protesting?
They're protesting that they didn't go out and vote, and now they lost.
Well, not all of them. There were some of them.
Okay, that's
There were some of them that they
one of you.
There were
I
some.
want to hear from Mark. Obviously, you said you were a Hillary supporter, right, Mark?
Yeah. Well, you know,
Okay, what are they protesting?
Some of them
we
are-
had an election. We had a winner. We had a loser.
well, some people.
Why is everybody protesting?
Well, because some
They have
people.
first off, they have the right to protest.
Right.
I know they do. I'm not saying they don't. I'm asking why are they protesting?
Well,
it was a fair
lot-
election, right?
At least 10 or 20% of the people out there are criminal invaders or illegal aliens or undocumented workers, whatever you want to call them, and they feel like that's not our president. Of course, it's not their president because that president's going to try to come and take them away.
Well, who's going to get taken away?
The illegals.
You know,
Going to take away.
The illegals.
he's going to deport them. That's what they're
Who?
fearful.
Who's he going to deport? The
Well, we'll
illegal.
see.
He's
The
not
one-
just going to round up Mexicans and throw them out of the country.
But they're fearful of that. If you were, here undocumented, you would be fearful of that. That's
Well,
why.
if you're
You gotta understand
undocumented, then you should be fearful of it, I think.
That's why they're fearful, and
And that's a lot of the people that are protesting.
But those aren't the people protesting.
Yes,
I've
they are.
seen white,
Yeah,
white American women protesting.
There's other people protesting.
I've seen college students standing in the streets protesting.
because
Well,
they're protesting because
a
a lot of them are protesting because Hillary got more of the votes, popular votes, and they don't think it's right.
We've seen that before.
That's
Well,
why
you
they
know,
don't
we've
think it's
had-
right.
They've had arguments before about the Electoral College and how archaic it is in this day and age, that we should really go to, if you get the most votes, you win.
Yeah, but the problem with that is,
Which surprisingly,
Yes.
just 4 years ago, Trump called for the end of the Electoral College. Which, if that would have come to pass, he would not be president.
he would have
now.
lost. Yeah, the electoral college.
But fortunately, we're still the United States, and the states are the ones that should be voting on the president. And that's why we're the United States. And that's what we have. And that's the form of government our founders gave us.
I mean,
everybody's calling for an end to the electoral